Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet Stream Tarot. So today we're doing our May 2020 predictions. So this is your general predictions reading. I will also do a separate reading for love predictions for May, because I know some people prefer to keep them separate because they're not interested in a love prediction, and then some people want more detail about their love life, so I think it's just best to keep it separate. So today, recently I've been putting tea bags on some of my piles, so now what I've been doing, this is also tea that I picked up in China. I was in China in September for 2 weeks. It was really lovely. So this is kind of like a compact version of keeping tea. It's very tightly compressed, makes it easier to store and carry around. So I want to say a big thank you to my lovely patrons, including Alexandra, Kat and Alex. Thank you so much for your support. Anyone who wants to become a patron, the link to that as well as a load of other things are in my description box. So if you'd like to help out the channel to get new decks, dice, other things that we're all going to get into today and see those things, we're going to use charms and dice as well, then please do check out my Patreon page. There are monthly giveaways at the end of each month to get a reading with me, so we will be doing that soon. I do it on the last day of the month. Also, if you're in the top tier, you get a reading with me every month anyway. Anyone who wants to book a private reading, you do that through my Etsy page. The link is also in the description. But you need to leave your email address, your question, and the names of everyone involved when you book, because it just streamlines the whole process, so I don't have to chase you up for anything. You'll get your reading a lot more quickly. If you would like to donate but don't want to be a patron, there is also my PayPal link for tips and small donations to the channel, and my Amazon wishlist if you're feeling really generous and want to get a deck for the channel. That would be so lovely. So I'm going to show you what tea we've got on the piles today. So on pile number 1, we've got this, it's white tea. It's really delicious, and in China it's considered medicine actually because it's thought to be so good for you. On pile number 2 we've got this pu'er fermented tea, and this is also really good for your gut health. It's more of an acquired taste, I will say. It's probably not the best thing for first time tea drinkers, but it is very good for you. And on pile number 3, we've got this green tea. It's like a really tightly compressed ball of tea leaves. So take your time. You can pause the video if you need to. Take a deep breath, lots of deep breaths, and whichever pile you're feeling most drawn towards intuitively, not whichever tea you like the look of the most or you'd like to try the most, but whichever you're feeling the deep pull towards, that will be your pile today. And I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 1 with this white tea. You picked a good one. This is very delicious. Welcome to your reading. I really love tea. Comment below what's your favorite type of tea. So we're going to see what's coming up for you in May, your general predictions. So we'll do your tarot cards first. So we've got the Sun. It's a nice start. The 5 of Water. Unity, which is the Hierophant, and 3 of Earth. So we've got Taurus's energy represented here, if that means anything to you. So what I'm going to say about this month is that it's going to be kind of like ups and downs for you, because you've got this Sun, you've got this beautiful energy of happiness and confidence, feeling like you've achieved something and feeling like you're really on top of the world in many ways. You're just really content with life. And then we've got the 5 of Water, which indicates that something has happened not in the way that you've wanted it to. Something's turned out not in the way that you hoped it would, or something's happened that you were really hoping wouldn't happen, or vice versa. And this is the kind of card of just focusing on that negative and not seeing the positives of the situation, not seeing the silver lining. Because here, these 3 cups have spilled over in the foreground, but they're really small, and these 2 bigger cups are still standing. They've still got all of their contents, but we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on this. And so there are still things that are very positive in your life, but you're maybe not focusing on them because maybe you built your hopes up for something, or something really caught you unawares. But we've got the beautiful sun here, so I do feel like things will even out as the month progresses. And then we've got unity, and this is about deepening your connection to your spirituality, and also seeking out friends who have similar opinions, or you may find yourself being drawn to forums, or commenting in YouTube videos and things, like trying to find people that share the same beliefs as you. This is quite a reflective month for you. I'm feeling you are trying to make sense of your own belief system and what it is that you really believe, and what really resonates with you is what I'm thinking. If you are a member of a certain religion, then I think you'll find yourself drawn to scriptures or religious texts around this time. If not, I feel like you're kind of exploring. You're really trying to make sense of the world around you and kind of develop that feeling of community. This is also a card of institutions, so things like universities and big companies. So that may also resonate with you. And then 3 of Earth here, I feel like you are in good communication with friends and colleagues and people on your course. If you're studying around this time, you may be doing some kind of group work or group project. Maybe you and your friends are trying to write a story together, or come up with some music together. Maybe you've been put on a group assignment at work or in your place of study. This is a kind of teamwork card, and people working together to create something beautiful. So it's a really nice card to get. So we'll see what else you've got. We're going to do charms and dice as well today. Let's look at your oracle cards. So we've got a mermaid card that says beauty. So grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. So I think really being aware of your body around this time and taking time for self-care. Maybe you're trying a new makeup routine, maybe doing your hair differently, maybe looking for different clothes. But for me, this is a card of health and kind of getting a deeper and more positive relationship with your body, and really feeling content with that, really feeling close to that. The Faerytale oracle card is the Wood Maiden, trust. And the Hierophant is a lot about trust because it's about faith. That's interesting that you've got that there. Gates of Triumph, success expands in your life. This beautiful card is from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. I do always list the decks that I use at the bottom of my description box. So this is making me feel like the sun as well. So I do feel like you are achieving something in this month. Something happens that you've been working towards for a while, or something happens that you've been hoping would happen. Just in general, I think things in terms of business or study really take off in this month. You feel really quite proud of yourself, or maybe this is a creative project that you've been working on. Maybe you haven't completed it, you haven't come to an end, but you get more done than you expected, and you're just really happy with your progress. Your Antworten der Engel oracle card today is 9, so no. So yeah, something does happen that you're not happy about, or you're trying to tell yourself that something won't go well. It's like you're kind of focusing on this negative, or something that you really don't want to come about. Maybe your thoughts are kind of bringing you down. Maybe you're talking to yourself in not a very kind way, and you need to revisit the way that you are speaking to yourself, because often that really has a big effect on our mood and on our behavior as well. If we're talking to ourselves in quite a harsh way, or if we're thinking a lot in the negative, like, why can't I do this, or why won't this happen, or I don't want this to happen, rather than this is what I want to do, or this is what I'm trying to achieve, or I want this to happen, it can really hinder what we're trying to achieve if we're always thinking in negatives. So I would say, kind of change the way that you're thinking and speaking to yourself. If you catch yourself kind of being a bit harsh or thinking in quite a negative way, then do try and correct that, because I think you'll see positive results from doing that. And then we've got a gnome tarot card for you, and this is Mir, the world. So this again is making me feel like being on top of the world. He's sitting on this little globe, and also making me think you're going to feel quite connected to the global community in this time. You're going to be reaching out to people. I think you're going to be making new friends in other parts of the world, so making new friends online. it just feels like you feel more at one with the world. You feel more like you can relate to the world in general. It's this lovely feeling of wholeness and oneness that comes with this card. And then your Советы Лосося card, your advice from a salmon today is Постарайся. So this says give it a go. And this guy is making like a toy aeroplane, and it looks like he's never done it before. And so this is saying try things that you've never tried before, or if you've been telling yourself, no, I can't do this thing that I'd like to do, give it a try, because you may actually find you have a lot more success with it than you had expected. And also remember that the way you're talking to yourself, if you're saying, well, nothing will come of this, I'm not good at this, I won't be able to do this, then that's probably what will happen, because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your brain kind of believes what it's telling itself. So give something new a go in this month. Give something a try. And then your Andělské Klíče card says, Žij v míru se sebou I se světem. So live in peace with yourself and with the world. And that's interesting because we've got this world again. And like I was saying, I feel like you'll feel really connected to the world and to other people. But this is also about peace and living in peace with yourself and the world. It's like you come to this kind of inner peace, which is what I get the feeling of from the Hierophant as well. This great connection to other people in this very spiritual way. Like you don't need to be physically around them to know that you are a very important part of this world, and that we are all kind of interwoven in this tapestry, and everything that we do will have some effect on other people as well. You know that phrase, no man is an island. Just getting this really lovely kind of oneness feeling from this card. So I do think there is some kind of spiritual development for you in this month as well. And this angel is holding this little dove close to his heart, this symbol of peace, which is really lovely. I love the symbolism on these cards. So I'm going to do your charms now and then put your dice on top as well. So you might want to turn down the volume if you've got headphones on, because this might be a little bit loud. So group number 1, what is coming up for you in May 2020? Okay. So, I like this. We've got this little bell down here, and this is about good news coming your way, good things happening. Let me look for your initials. So we've got a B here and a Z. So B and Z, they could be a first name, a surname, a place, a company name, or whatever comes to your mind first when I say those, but don't get too hung up on the initials because they might just be there for a few people. So down here we've got the lovely charm Freedom. So really finding some freedom and some peace in this month, freedom from something that's been bothering you or that's been kind of pushing you down. I'm feeling you kind of emerging from that. We've got this unicorn, and the unicorn is about someone who's very unique and special. I do feel like you're kind of learning more about yourself in this month, like you are getting to know yourself better, and you're kind of expanding, you're like evolving in a very spiritual way. We've got the word fearless, so facing your fears. And this little deer here, so when I pull this, I think of someone who's very innocent, maybe quite naive or gullible, but that's just because they always think the best of people. And it's landed on this word trust, like you're a very trusting person, and maybe you're trusting people too much in this month. But what this card trust tells me is that you should be trusting in yourself rather than others. You don't need other people to tell you what's what or to give you advice. You can just go about things yourself and trust in what you intuitively sense and what you intuitively feel, because I feel like that's very strong for you in this month. You've got this worry thread, and it was kind of attached to this fish skeleton. And when I pull this, I think of someone feeling like they're not enough, or that they don't have enough. So not enough money, or not enough resources, not a big enough house, not enough time. And it's interesting that we've got the beauty card here, which is about loving yourself more and really deepening your connection to your physical self. And this worrying about not having enough or not being enough, I think is going to slowly disappear over the month. Like, we've got this trust and fearlessness, like you're really facing this aspect of yourself. We've got the bird cage here as well, which is about feeling trapped, but it's landed on this gates of triumph. So again, I'm feeling like freedom, freeing yourself from something that's been really holding you back and stopping you from achieving your true potential. We've got a good friend here as well. So I think someone may be able to help you or kind of bolster you, someone giving you a little bit of support or some kind words to nudge you on your way to these beautiful gates of triumph with this lovely sunrise. We've also got a divine masculine here. So some of you may be in a relationship or looking for someone or healing the masculine side of yourself. I think that's what it is for a lot of you. This is also about springtime, which obviously we're in now, and these gates of triumph just make me feel that a lot of you are kind of opening up to these new experiences and kind of opening up that heart chakra is what I'm seeing, like flinging it open and moving forward with love in a very heart-based way, and just looking forward to everything that the rest of spring and that summer has to bring. Got this turtle, which is about going slowly, and the acorns are about potential and beginnings. So I do feel like you are at the start of this journey, and that you have a lot of creative potential as well, as what I'm hearing, but I'm feeling like unfolding, like learning a lot about yourself. I've also got the star charm, so this is like the star card, and it's saying you're on the right path. First and foremost, you're on the path to these gates of triumph, but it's about hope and faith and healing, recovery. It's a really beautiful card, and the charm as well just has that same energy. And then we've got a lion here on the Give It a Go card. So this is Leo's energy, and it can sometimes represent someone who is called Leo or Leonard or Lionel or something like that. Lev as well. This is also about pride though, so it's saying don't let pride get in your way. If you feel like you can't do something and you don't want to be shown up to not be good at it, don't let that stop you from giving it a try. Then on the Three of Earth, we've got this charm about putting someone on a pedestal. So don't think that anyone else is better than you. Don't think that anyone is perfect, because they're absolutely not. Everyone has their faults. Everyone has insecurities and fears and worries that they don't show to the outside world. And just because someone else is better at masking their own fears and their own insecurities does not make them perfect and does not make them a better person at all. It just makes them a better actor. So if you are idolizing someone or thinking someone is perfect or too good for you or a much better person than you, stop thinking that way, because it's not helpful for you and it's not helpful for your relationship with them either, or for them, because if you're putting these expectations on them to be perfect, then you're setting them up to fail, because no one is perfect, so they will make mistakes. So if you are expecting too much of someone when it comes to group work or a creative project, maybe try and reevaluate that thinking and just remember that everyone has these defects and weaknesses that they're masking. So just because they're better at hiding it than you doesn't make them any better than you at all. And we've got the snail here. So with the turtle as well, there is this feeling of something is progressing slowly. It's like slow movement forward. You've got the ballerina here, which is about considered thought, really thinking through your moves so that you don't make any wrong moves or put a foot wrong. And it's interesting, it's landed on that unity card, which is this card of deep reflection and wanting to do the right thing. And we've got the sunflower, which is the sun card. So we've got that twice. So again, this happiness, this confidence, this unfolding, this new self-confidence and believing in yourself. And we've got this planet here. So this makes sense. Okay, this might be what you are feeling drawn to in this month. So this is about star seeds, and unity is all about commitment and learning more about yourself in a spiritual way. So yes, I think if you don't know what a star seed is, I would recommend looking it up, because if you've pulled this pile, if you've chosen this pile, then I think that you probably are a starseed. So you may want to look that up, and I feel you will be drawn to kind of learning more about starseeds and finding that community online. That's really what I'm feeling. And we've got, yeah, the world as a planet. Wow. Hey guys, my phone just cut out, but I was just saying I'm so pleased that it's all kind of coming together like this kind of planetary feeling that I was getting. So we've also got this health charm here, this apple. So taking care of your mental and physical health, and feeling a lot about physical, like really caring for your body and making sure that it's getting all of the nutrients and vitamins that it needs. Maybe weight loss for some of you is going to be a theme as well in this month. We've got this good luck dragonfly. This princess is again about treating yourself like a princess, like making sure that you are being treated fairly and being treated well by other people as well. Also got the steering wheel. So this is about changing tide, something changing around. So I feel like you're pulling yourself out of this darkness and moving forward into the sun. And also we've got the birdhouse. So this little bird is calling out for his friends, calling out for that support system to be around him. So I think you're going to be reaching out to people, like I said, building this community. So we're going to do your dice now, and we are rolling a d6. Because thanks to my lovely patrons and to everyone who's donated to the channel, we've got some new dice. So 2 new sets. So which set of dice am I going to roll for pile number 1 today, please? 5. Okay, we're using a new set. We're using the actions story cubes. So this is what they look like. So how many of these dice am I rolling for pile number 1 today, please? 6. Okay, so I'm going to pull them all out and then just let 3 of them naturally fall back into the box. So what's coming up for pile number 1 in May 2020? Okay. Just take a look at this, see what we've got. Okay, so there's definitely a focus on physical health here. I don't know if you're going to be recovering from a cold or from some small kind of ailment, but it does seem like you are getting a lot healthier and you are focusing on that. I'm feeling at the start of the month you're going to be focusing on your physical health, and the 3 of Earth is also a very good card when it comes to physical health. It's a very positive card for that. We've also got this burning dice, which also makes me think of like healing, burning things away, like releasing, getting rid of what you no longer need in your life. And then here we've got saving money, like counting up the money. So you may be saving towards a particular goal, or you may be just be scrimping and saving in general, trying to, you know, not overspend. And, you know, you may be finding it a little bit harder this month, or just in general, or you may be saving towards something in particular. There's also this kind of walking into this new entrance. So I feel like you are starting this new chapter in your life. And we've got these gates of triumph here. It's like walking into this new part of your life. And then there is giving or receiving a gift here. So I'm not sure which one it is. Maybe whichever one you feel most intuitively it would be. But there is some kind of giving or receiving of a gift in this month. Maybe it's someone's birthday. Maybe someone is just going to help you out in some way, or you are going to do something selflessly for someone else. It doesn't have to be a physical gift like, oh, here you go. Here's something I've wrapped up for you, but it could be a gift of time. It could be a gift of money, of advice or expertise. And then we've got here this guy who's kind of like looking and pointing. So I feel like you will be seeing the end of this situation, like you'll be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel at this month is what I'm feeling from that dice. Like you'll be able to kind of just about touch it and like see it in the distance. So it seems like a pretty good month for you. Pile number 1, it seems like there's a lot of things going on and a lot of things to look forward to. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope it's given you some clarity in your situation. Please do let me know below how it resonated with you. Don't forget to like, share with a friend, subscribe. And if you want to help out the channel, you know what to do. There's my Patreon page, there is the PayPal link, or my Amazon wish list if you're feeling really, really generous. That would be amazing. If you'd like to get a new deck for the channel, or if you would like to book a private reading, you need to go to my Etsy page for that, but please remember to leave your email address, your question, and the names of everyone involved when you do that. So have a lovely rest of your day, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 2 with the pure fermented tea. Welcome to your reading. So let's see what's coming up for you in May. We'll do your charms and dice as well once we've read all of your cards. So we've got Awakening, which is the Hanged Man. Also got 8 of Earth and 6 of Water. Okay, so I see a few different things here. Firstly, there is going to be a kind of spiritual awakening for you in this month. I feel like you will be going deep within yourself. There's this very grounded feeling to this month for you. I don't think you'll be spending too much time around other people per se, because it's like you want to go within in this month and you want to kind of discover more about yourself and get to know yourself better and kind of deepen this spiritual journey and deepen that connection that you have to spirituality. And then with the 8 of Earth, I see you working hard towards something. If you're studying, then you are just kind of trying to get work done, trying to get reading done, research, studying hard. If you're working, then you may be working towards a particular project. You may be kind of studying so that you can get a promotion or learn a new skill. Maybe you're trying to learn a new language or something, but it looks like you are learning or studying something quite hard in this month. You are really knuckling down and just getting those hours in. And then the 6 of Water, there may be childhood issues coming back. That could be nostalgia, it could be things that you'd prefer not to resurface. It could be someone from your past coming back to you, so maybe someone that you had a relationship with in the past gets back in touch, or someone breaks a no contact situation. This is also taking care of children for some of you, or issues to do with children. So let's look at your oracle cards and see what else they have to say, see what information they can give us. So your Mermaid oracle card says yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. Yeah, so I feel like this isn't you, but it's someone else, because the Awakening and the 8 of Earth seem to say that you are pretty happy being by yourself at this time. Like, you are just kind of getting on with stuff, you're getting a lot done. You're almost, when I look at this card, I almost feel like he's trying to ignore us, like he's seen us, but he knows that he's got all of this reading to do, so he's just ignoring us. So it's almost like you are kind of ignoring other people because you want to get stuff done, but then someone reaches out to you because they've really been missing you and they want your attention. You've also got the Little Mermaid, sacrifice. So there may be something that you have to sacrifice in this month in order to get something that you want. So, you know, the Little Mermaid wants a new skill. She wants to be able to walk, but for that she sacrifices her voice. So it's like you may be sacrificing time that could be spent just enjoying yourself to actually study and get things done. That's what I'm feeling it's going to be for many of you. You may have had to give up a holiday or something in this month that you had planned. So Sacred Traveler Oracle card says embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. So I feel like you're going to get a brighter mindset towards the end of this month, like kind of middle to the end. You're just going to be feeling a lot more content with yourself and a lot more ready for what each day has to bring and what new challenges they'll bring you. You've also got in den kommenden Wochen, so in the coming weeks. This may be when this new mindset comes about in the coming weeks. So like I said, I don't feel it's quite at the start of the month. I feel like it's more middle towards the end. And then your Gnome Tarot card is Шестерка мечей. So this is the Six of Swords, and it says idealism, so idealism. Now the Six of Swords is also about an improved mindset, with this embracing enthusiasm card, but in this particular deck it's also about idealizing someone. So if someone from your past comes back, please be sure not to look at them with rose-tinted glasses, because the Six of Water can be about nostalgia and this kind of romanticizing of the past and of people. So if you find yourself missing someone, or if you find someone does get in touch with you and trying to reconcile, please do try and look at them with an objective eye and not seeing them as like this hero of the past or anything like that. Remember that they had their own shortcomings and that they left your life for a reason. So we've also got Уютное время. So this is cozy time. And I just feel like you're spending a lot of time at home, all comfy, cuddled up with a book or watching TV. And I think you'll be getting a lot of sleep in this month as well and just kind of recharging in that way. And then your Andělské Klíče card says, Jsi spojen se vším. So you are connected to everything. And this angel is holding the world quite close to his heart. So it does feel like you are feeling more connected with the world at this time, which was also a theme in pile number 1 as well. So that's interesting that you've also got this kind of theme following through, that you're feeling more connected with the global community. And even if you're not physically spending time with people, you're feeling a lot more connected to them. You feel like you have a lot more contact with people than you normally would. So I'm going to put your charms on top now, and then we'll do your dice. So you may want to turn down the volume a little bit now if you're wearing headphones, because these can be a little bit loud. So pile number 2, what is coming up for you in May 2020? Okay. So I'm just looking for your initials first. So we've got an F here. And a U. So U and F, they may have some meaning for you as a first name or a surname or a place. But it may only be for a few people, so just disregard that if it doesn't have any meaning for you. So let's see what else we've got. We've got I love football, so I think you will be spending time practicing certain hobbies that you maybe didn't get time to do beforehand. I think you're maybe even learning new ways of doing things. So if your hobby is, for example, sewing, you're learning some new techniques, because that's what I'm getting from the 8 of Earth as well, like this learning feeling. There's this wrench here, which is about wanting to fix something. And the ink is about creativity and inspiration. So that may be your hobby. It may be writing or making music or something creative like that. I've got this steering wheel here, which is about turning things around, like changing tide, changing your situation. And this dragonfly is a good luck charm. I've also got yoga and meditation here, so remembering to have that grounding and to do that mindful practice as often as possible. If you can do it every day, that's great. And you've got this lovely star charm as well. So this is like the star card in Tarot. And this is about hope and faith and healing. It's about recovery. And it's also about guidance and knowing that you're on the right path. So do know that you are where you need to be at this time. If you're feeling in any way lost or down, just know that you're where you need to be. You've also got this worry thread, and it was kind of wrapped around this measuring tape. So this is about things measuring up to your expectations. So maybe you're worried that someone who's coming back from the past maybe isn't as good as they used to be, or you're worried that things will have really heavily changed between you, or you're worried that you're just not gonna do something in the way that you had hoped. Like you're worried that something won't match your expectation. You've also got this eternal love charm. And this movie camera is about filmmaking, photography, YouTube as well. So maybe that is your hobby. That may resonate with some of you, but if not, it's about that phrase, lights, camera, action, getting ready to do something. And I do see there being this big change in your mindset in this month. Like, it's quite a sudden turnaround is what I'm feeling. You've got this changing tide and embracing enthusiasm. So you've also got the word brave here. And you have Little Red Riding Hood. So this is representing the feminine, which could be you. So that's you embracing enthusiasm. That's you sticking on your right path as well, which is what Red Riding Hood is about. Not being lured off your path by someone who wants to sweet talk you and wants to distract you or get round you, make you do what they want to do rather than what you know is right for you. Got this elephant, and this to me is about learning from your past mistakes and moving forward, clearing obstacles out of your way. You have this protection and faith cross, and also this thistle. So this is the Scottish charm, so there may be someone here who has Scottish name or surname or family history, may have red hair. It's interesting that's landed on the Little Mermaid, which has red hair. But the thistle also to me feels like someone who is a bit difficult to get close to or a bit difficult to like because they're prickly. So take that however it resonates with you. We've got the hare here, so this is springtime energy, which obviously is the period that we're in now. It's also about fertility, so do be aware of that if that's something you're trying to do or don't want to do. There's a love and relationships ball here. I do feel like there is a relationship for you right now, like either you're in a relationship or someone is going to come back and try and rekindle a relationship. We've got transformation here, and there are also butterflies on this picture that are kind of rising from her hand. It's like her enthusiasm is transforming her life in this way. We have this calculator. This is about working things out, working out what you want. And the hairdryer, someone who is blowing hot and cold, someone who doesn't know what they want or can't settle in either camp. This monkey is about playfulness, light-hearted, cheeky energy. You've also got a key here, so you will find a solution to a situation in this month, which is always nice to see. Then here we've got two hearts together. So like I was saying, there's a love connection here for many of you, and there's a baby boy. So some of you may be pregnant or trying to get pregnant, or you have children, but this is also about someone who is behaving quite childishly. So do bear that in mind as well if it resonates with you. This wheat sheaf is about abundance, so it's a lovely charm to get, and it's making me think back to this card again, like abundance coming into your life. And we've got the deer, so this is about someone who may be a bit innocent, maybe a bit naive, gullible, trusts people too easily, or always thinks the best of people and ends up getting hurt because of it. And it's landed on this awakening card, so that makes me feel like growing deeper in an understanding of yourself and of others, and kind of learning not to be so trusting. Like, I know it sounds awful not to trust people straight away, but it's like not to trust people too much, and remembering that people have their own motives and not everyone wants what's best for you, and you need to discern between who does and who doesn't, which is also like the Little Mermaid as well. She trusts Ursula to give her what she wants, and she trusts it to be a fair deal when we know that it's absolutely not, and that Ursula is setting her up to fail because she wants her beautiful singing voice. So it does seem with the Red Riding Hood charm as well, about the wolf trying to pull you off the path, that there is someone here who maybe doesn't have your best interests at heart and is kind of working with their own motives. So some of you will need to be aware of that, as that will resonate with you. So I'm going to do your dice now, and we've got a d6 to roll now rather than a 4, because thanks to my lovely patrons and everyone who has very kindly donated to the channel, I was able to get 2 new sets of dice. So let's see which ones we're rolling. So which set of dice am I rolling for group number 2 today, please? 3. Okay, so this is the mystery story cubes. So these are here. They look like this. So how many of these dice am I rolling for group number 2 today, please? Ooh, all 9. Okay. So let's see what they've got to say. So what is coming up for group number 2 in May 2020? Okay. Just going to quickly see what we've got before I say anything. Okay, so let's start with this. This is like this kind of troll or ogre. Someone has been keeping an eye on you. Someone has been watching you via social media or has been kind of asking around about you, trying to figure out what is going on in your life, trying to know kind of what is going on, like what you're doing, are you in a relationship, etc. Someone has been kind of keeping an eye on you. We've got the safe down here as well, so this makes me think of saving up money. Maybe you're saving towards a particular goal, or you're just saving in general, trying to like scrimp and save. There's also this kind of scary looking guy with this spotlight on him, and it's making me think that someone kind of appears back in your life unexpectedly, and we have got this zombie hand coming out of the ground as well, and I do think that someone is kind of resurrecting in this month, like coming back from the dead in many ways, like they're coming back into your life and you maybe really didn't expect to hear from them, but they are coming back. You've also got this guy with the zipped lip, so it feels like either someone else is not speaking to you, different to this person, or you aren't open to engaging with this person when they come back, because it's landed on this idealism card, and that's making me think that like you're seeing this person for who they truly are, and you're not open to being talked around by them. There's this pawn dice as well, which is making me think of sacrifice. Like the pawns go first in the chess game. They're the ones that are the least important, and you can just sacrifice them. So it does seem like someone is kind of playing a game here, like someone is really trying to figure out how to get what they want, and they're willing to just push other people to the side or throw other people under the bus in order to do that. And then these two dice, I'm feeling like they're coming together. So we've got this guy who's like falling through a trapdoor, and then there's this outline of someone laid on the floor like a body. It's making me feel like something kind of pulls the rug out from under you in this month, like something really unexpected happens and it floors you, is what I'm feeling. Like you don't know how to react to it. You don't know kind of what to do. You don't know what to say or what the best course of action would be. So it's hard to kind of prepare yourself for something that's going to surprise you, but do just be aware that something may happen quite suddenly or quite unexpectedly in this month, and just be kind of on your guard is what I would say, so that it doesn't completely shock you. And then we've also got these tentacles that are like coming around this door, and this is making me think that you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, like something is hidden from you. There's whatever this person is coming forward with, or whatever this situation is, you only know a little bit of it, because truths are being hidden, or someone's not showing their true motives, because we're seeing the tentacles here, but we're not seeing the full monster. And it makes me think like that tip of the iceberg feeling, like you only know what is necessary for you to know. You don't know the full picture. So I hope this has resonated with you, and that's given you some clarity in what's coming up for you in this month. And do let me know in the comments below how it resonated with you. This is all I have for you today. Don't forget to like, share with a friend, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you're not already a subscriber. If you would like to book a private reading, the way to do that is to go to my Etsy page, but you will need to leave your email address, your question, and the names of everyone involved when you book a reading. And if you want to help out the channel, there's a lot of ways you can do that. There's my Patreon page, as I said earlier, and also my PayPal for donations and small tips for the channel, and also my Amazon wishlist for anyone who's feeling especially generous and would like to get a new deck for the channel. That would be really amazing. So have a lovely rest of your day, group number 2. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I will see you again soon. Bye bye. Hey there everyone who picked pile number 3 with the green tea. Welcome to your reading. So do comment below and let me know what your favourite tea is, by the way. So let's see what's coming up for you in May 2020. So we've got the Dreamer, which is the Fool, 3 of Water, Queen of Water, and 9 of Earth. So we've got quite strong water energy here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, if that resonates with you. I'm also feeling quite strongly like this light-hearted energy of the Fool and the 3 of Water. Like, I feel like you're going to be trying to lift your spirits and other people's spirits at this time through joking around, through watching comedy, tagging people in memes. There's just this kind of nice, silly, light-hearted energy that I get with the Dreamer. And I think you're keeping in touch with friends and family as well. Like, you may be Skyping them or just messaging, but I feel like you do have a strong connection to people. You are keeping in good touch with people. And the Dreamer also tells me that you are at the start of a journey now. You are kind of starting a new phase in your life. He is standing here on this threshold, about to enter this portal, this new world, and he's like got his foot right on the threshold. So it does feel like you are starting this new journey, which is very exciting. And then here we've got the Queen of Water and the 9 of Earth. So this is very strong feminine energy. Queen of Water can talk about relationships developing, becoming more heart-based as well, like opening your heart chakra, and really caring for others. I feel like you're a very compassionate person, and that although you may not like to get really serious and emotional with things, you care about how other people are feeling, and you're really trying to comfort other people and lift their spirits in this time. But the 9 of Earth is telling me that you're kind of enjoying this time to yourself. Like, you are getting a lot done. You're enjoying spending time by yourself because it is helping you to relax and rest, and also I think to learn more about yourself. That's been quite a big theme in today's reading, has been kind of spiritual and personal development. And I think for you it's also about working hard. If you're self-employed or if you are studying something, you've now got the time to develop that because you're spending more time alone. And this is also a big card of self-care. So things like having a good skincare regime, having a nice bath, meditation and yoga, like these things that are good self-care for the mind and body is coming into your regime in May, I'm seeing, especially towards the end of May. So let's see what other cards you've got. So your Mermaid card is Homeland. Arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, settled. So yeah, like a journey ends and now you're starting anew. Like maybe you've just closed off a certain chapter in your life. Maybe you've said goodbye to a person or to a way of thinking. Maybe you've finished a certain job or you've just graduated or something like this. And you are now looking to the future and the new chapter in your life that this is going to be, this new start. For some of you, you will have just moved house or you're about to. Homeland is about building a home and feeling very comfortable in your surroundings, very settled, which is also what the 9 of Earth is saying. So you're feeling very stable and established in this month. So your Faerytale Oracle card says Puss in Boots, and this is Wit. I love this card. He looks so gorgeous. And yeah, wit, like joking around is what I feel. You're trying to keep up quite a light-hearted energy in this month. You've also got Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. And that obviously is very much like this 9 of Earth card. And what I love about this card is that she is looking into, it looks like a cauldron or a wishing well maybe. It's like she's scrying or trying to get some knowledge from this still water. And then there's also this little owl, this tiny, tiny little owl sitting on her shoulder, kind of whispering this wisdom to her. So it's like you are learning a lot more about yourself. You are studying in this month as well, but just really feeling peaceful within and getting to know yourself better. You've also got "yeah" with an exclamation mark. So yes, this is a really good month for you, group number 3. Like you really feel like you've come into your own and like you can do anything that you want to. You've got the sun and the moon in your hands. You can have whatever you want. And I think you're trying to push this energy out to other people. Like you're trying to encourage other people to look at the situation in this way. So your Gnome Tarot card today is Sealer, so strength. This is Leo energy. So you may be trying to get more physically strong in this month. You may be trying to learn how to do something like a push-up, for example, if you can't do that, or training in like a flexibility way, like gymnastics, trying to get some more muscle, or trying to get better at running or something like that. But I think for many of you, this is also about your spiritual and emotional strength. You have the strength to get through this situation. You have the strength to come out of this on the other side much better and wiser and brighter for having gone through this situation. And you're trying to teach others how to do this and pass on this strength to other people. So then you have two of these little Советы Лосося cards, these advice from a salmon cards. Everyone else only got one. So we've got Сам себя перехитрил. So this is like you outwitted yourself. And this creature is like bent his neck round and round, and his eyes have gone a bit goggly. Maybe being cooped up has turned you a little bit stir crazy, who knows? But this just feels like, again, this kind of silliness, and you're coming up with innovative new ways to enjoy yourself and entertain yourself. And yeah, pabananu. So this means like a banana, or according to a banana. And this again just makes me feel of like silliness and messing around, joking around. These bananas seem to have burst out of some kind of machine. There's all of these gears on the floor and screws. And so now they're being individuals, they're being themselves. They've stepped outside of the box. They've stopped thinking in the way that the machine wants them to think. So maybe you're getting into conspiracy theories in this month, but what I really feel is like you are just finding new ways to amuse yourself, and maybe you're discovering things that you would never have thought you would be interested in, but you actually are trying new things and learning more about yourself in that way. And again, I'm just feeling joking around, light-hearted, laughter. And we've also got Riskuj nové životní zkušenosti. So risk new life experiences. And this angel is on like this harness. I don't know whether he's going up or down, but like I was saying, trying new things and opening yourself up to the possibility of new and different things. So I'm going to put your charms on top now, and then we'll do your dice. So if you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn down the volume a little bit now. So group number 3, what's coming up for you in May 2020? Okay, so that kind of flew off over there. So initials, we've only got one initial, and that's a C. C. Okay, so that could be a first name, a surname, or a place, but it may only be for a certain few people, so don't worry if you don't resonate with that. So we've got the word fearless here, so facing your fears and overcoming them. We've also got this ballerina, so this is about thinking through all of your steps so that you don't put a foot wrong, you don't make any mistakes. You're listening to your inner wisdom at this time, and it's interesting, like this little owl that's speaking wisdom to this woman. You have that strong connection there. You might want to look up owl as a spirit animal. We've also got this fleur-de-lis, and this is about chivalry. It's about saying something and then following it through. So if you say that you'll do something or won't do something in this month, then do stick to that. Honor your word. We've also got the hare, which is about springtime, which obviously we're in, but this is also about fertility. So if that's something that you've been trying to do, if you've been trying to have a child, you may find that happening in this month. Or if you've not been trying to do that, I would take this just as a little warning message. Just make sure that you're being careful. We've got the swallow, which is about someone or something returning to you in this month. And we've got these two hearts locked together. So maybe you might get a message from someone that you used to have a relationship with, or someone that you haven't heard from in a long time, and it really touches you to get that message and to have that contact. We've got a lovely angel here. So angels are watching over you and your situation. We've also got dreams and intuition here, this beautiful moon. So you may be having important dreams at this time, but I feel like you should really follow your intuition in this month, because I think it's very strong, possibly sharpened by the fact that you are spending a lot of time by yourself. You're just learning to listen to that inner voice, that inner owl. So we've got the tennis rackets here. So maybe you are trying a new sport in this month, but this also makes me think of competition and competitiveness. So maybe there's someone that is bothering you in that way. Maybe you're competing for something with someone, but just don't let it get to you is what I'm going to say. And then here, this is interesting. This hummingbird had caught this mermaid charm. So the hummingbird says love is in the air, and the mermaid is about seduction and allure. So you may be attracting someone to you in this month, or you may feel very drawn to another person in this month, like feeling this pull, even though you're not really sure why. You've got the movie camera, so this is about filmmaking, photography, and YouTube. So maybe that is a skill that you're learning, or something that you are doing. Maybe you're spending a lot of time on YouTube, or you've started making your own videos in this month. But it's also about that phrase, lights, camera, action. So getting ready to do something, and also acting as well, if that's something that you do or would like to do. This turtle is saying go slowly, don't rush anything. We've also got the axe, which is about defensiveness. So it's making me think of this competition again. If someone is kind of pushing your buttons or saying something to you to wind you up, or to upset you, remember that if we're all cooped up together, emotions can run quite high. People say things they don't mean just out of boredom, so don't snap, don't lose your cool, don't be defensive with someone. And we've got a baby boy here, so again, that's making me think of this fertility charm. For some of you, this will be a sign or a little warning. You may already have children, and that's what it's talking about, but for me also, this is about someone behaving a bit childishly. So this may be this person who's maybe winding you up for some of you. We've also got the lion here, so this is Leo again, like the strength card, and this is warning you not to be too prideful. So if you achieve something that you're really happy with, don't be too prideful about it, and don't let pride get in your way and stop you from doing new things or trying new things. We've got Capricorn here, and also Aquarius. So there's two other star signs here, and this is about a change in mentality, a shift of focus, like a shift of consciousness, so thinking about something differently. We've got the ice skate here, so this is about skating on thin ice, feeling like at any moment something could go wrong. Maybe you're just enjoying your time and you're thinking like, okay, when is it going to go wrong? When am I going to start feeling bad about this? And then we've got the Eiffel Tower, so there could be a French connection for you here, someone with a French name or surname, or who speaks French. Maybe you're learning French. This is also a charm of romance though, because it's the Eiffel Tower. So I'm going to do your dice now, and we are rolling a d6 today, because I've got 2 new sets of dice thanks to my lovely patrons and everyone who's been kind enough to donate to the channel. It really does all go back into the channel, so thank you so much for that. So which set of dice am I rolling for group number 3 today, please? 5. Okay, so we've got a new set of dice, and this is what group number 1 had as well. So this is the actions story cubes, and they look like this. So how many of these dice am I rolling for group number 3 today, please? 8. Wow, nearly all of them. Okay, so I'll just let one drop back into the box. Okay, we'll take that one back. So, group number 3. What is coming up for you in May 2020? Okay. Push. Okay, yeah, so we've got this competitiveness here, fighting with someone, or Someone's getting on your nerves. It really feels like this kind of sibling fighting, that very childish, like he said, she said, and he stamped on my foot, so I punched him in the face, and all of this thing. So just rise above it is what I'm feeling. Like, don't let it get to you in this month. We've also got this person who is like leading someone by the hand and is showing them the way. So I think you are being guided at this time, but I think this is also about support and the support system around you. I think you are giving out this very kind, caring energy to other people. I think you are identifying people in your friendship group or your family circle who maybe aren't coping with the situation as well as others, or a bit isolated. Maybe they don't have as many friends or connections as you do, and you're really kind of checking in on them and making sure that they're okay. Maybe that you're getting shopping for someone, or you're just making sure that you're messaging someone or Skyping them, for example. And we've got this present here, so someone giving or receiving a gift. So there may be a birthday coming up in this month, but I do feel like it's you who's giving this gift. And it may not be a physical gift, like I've wrapped up this present for you, but your time is a gift. Your advice is a gift. Your listening ear to someone's problems is a gift. So do just remember that your words are very powerful, and that the time that you choose to spend with people can have a very profound effect on them. Because I do feel like you have this very loving, caring energy around you, and that you're very much wanting to care for people and make sure that they're okay. There's also this crying guy, so it's landed on the Yar card though, so I kind of feel like it's not crying because you're sad. It's almost like tears of happiness is what I'm seeing, but maybe for some of you something will go not in the way that you'd hoped in this month, or maybe things will just get on top of you one day and you'll have a big cry, but then I think you will just bounce back, and like an hour after you've been laid on your bed crying, you'll just come into the kitchen and start dancing around is what I feel like. I'm not really seeing anything else that's sad or negative here, so I think it's just like a small blip. It might be one day or a few hours that you're feeling a bit down, but it won't affect the rest of your month very significantly. And then we've got this guy pinging the doorbell. So again, I'm feeling like you are checking up on people, you are keeping in close contact with a lot of people. And it also makes me think of impulsiveness, like, when you're just pressing buttons that you don't know what they do just because you're interested to see what they do. Kind of feels like you're just doing a load of things because you're like, well, why not? What have I got to lose right now? I'm bored. What does this do? What does this taste like? Can I still eat this can of food that's been there for 2 years at the back of the cupboard? Like, I wonder if it still tastes okay. These kind of impulsive things. And then we've got this guy making, laying a brick wall. So making me think of doing things step by step and like slow progress, building things up bit by bit. There's also this guy laughing. So again, this kind of comedy feeling of joking around and just being happy in general. And then this guy who is looking round the corner, but he's got his hands over his eyes, like he's afraid of what's around the corner. And you've got this fearless charm. So it's making me think like whenever you feel a bit worried about the future, or worried about what you see on the news or what's going to happen with your job and things like this, I feel like you are able to overcome it and just come back to living in the moment and being like, hey, it'll all work out for the best, like all's well that ends well. That's the kind of feeling that I feel you have. This lovely fool energy that will just kind of get you through this very difficult time much better than other people who maybe overthink things a little bit or can't have a laugh about something if they're worried about something. Like some people genuinely can't think about anything other than their worry, and it can be very hard to learn to laugh at a situation that you're finding quite challenging, or laugh when there are things going wrong in your life. So I think this is a great month for you to look forward to. I think you have a very lovely energy, and that you will be really taking care of other people at this time, and that's a very lovely service that you're giving to the world at this time. There are definitely people who will benefit from your energy and your attentiveness and your care in this month, so thank you so much for that. Thank you for all of the effort that you put in in this month and every day in general in your life. Thank you for all of your effort and hard work. So also thank you for joining me today. It's been lovely being able to give you these messages. Do let me know in the comments how it resonated with you, and don't forget to like, share with a friend and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed already. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can do that on my Etsy page, but please remember to leave your email address, your name, the names of everyone else involved in your question if there are any, and of course your question. A lot of people forget to leave me anything like that, and it can be quite difficult thinking what am I reading about for you here if you've not given me any question. And if you want to help out the channel, that would be amazing. Do check out my Patreon page, or my PayPal link if you're not interested in being a patron. Or if you're feeling very, very generous, then there is also my Amazon wishlist. I have got some decks on there that I would really, really love for the channel. So if you'd like to send me one, that would be amazing. So again, thank you so much for your time and your attention here today, and for choosing me to give you your prediction for May. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.